Okay, so let's start first of all with you introducing yourself with a couple of words. Who are you? I know you've been a student and you also teach in AUBG, and you're working in Raiffeisen. Yeah, a couple of words to introduce yourself.
Super, thank you so much, and thank you for the opportunity. So I'm Ekaterina Marinova, and I have a long history with AUBG. So back in 2011, I started there as a freshman that was eager to learn about politics and economics. But actually, AUBG gave me the flexibility and gave me the opportunity to develop a talent and to actually be who I am right now. And I shifted my majors. So I continued with information systems and business administration. And after finishing my master's after AUBG in Rotterdam, I came back and started working in the IT sector. And so I started developing in the area of artificial intelligence and data science. And at some point, while I was constantly communicating with the university, there was an opportunity for this new field, for this AI knowledge to be explored and to be taught in the university. So I decided to accept this opportunity. And now already for 2 or 3 years, I think it's like 5 semesters, I've been teaching there as an adjunct professor. So I'm teaching short courses with students that vary from sophomore, junior, and senior level. And I'm teaching them big data and machine learning. So at the end of the day, they are familiar with what that is, and they can perform and can do a model on their own. In the same time, I'm at Raiffeisen, and I'm dealing with Data and Innovation Strategy. So right now, we're really working at the digital transformation of the bank. So several things, but mainly in the area of data and innovation.
Thank you. And how does it feel to teach where you've been studying once?
It's amazing, because I know what they're thinking, and I know what is valuable for the students, and it's not been that long since I've been there. So I'm really trying to give them the practice and to give them the real world examples and to show them that what they're doing in class has its value afterwards. And, there was this understanding back when we were studying, and they still have it, the students, that we're studying so much theory in university and this is not applicable in the real world. And it's very nice to look at them, to take this theory that they're having and to try to decipher it and to show them that actually what they're doing right now, how this thing is going to help them in the future, and how to value more what they receive at AUBG compared to other universities, for example, because it's pretty different. The environment, the classes, and everything that we are doing there has its value, and they should appreciate it. And if I can bring this to them, I'm super happy.
Thank you. And do you think this is a big problem for most of the university, at least because, as I know, I also was a student once upon a time, and maybe the universities are educating more in the theory field, not so much on the practice field, where is the fun, right? And where you can intrigue the students and
True, that's true, but you should be prepared for the fun. I sound like Monica from Friends, but one should be controlled. No, the thing is that the theory and the classes that you actually experience at the university teaches you something more valuable, and this is the way you're thinking. So you're exposed to different situations, and it might seem that this is not very practical, but it gives you the knowledge when you appear in a practical situation that you're not comfortable with, to actually know how to deal with it, or to know how to learn from it. Because you can learn practical things that are, for example, 10 practical things or 15 practical things. But then the industry is changing and technology is changing, and then the jobs are varying around. And the situation right now is not the same like it was 5 years ago. And if you don't have this thinking, and if you haven't been there for the theory, if you don't know the basis, and if you don't know what is the logic behind this technology, you won't be able to be that competitive. And you should know how to actually change yourself, right? Because we have this situation right now where there are people that are very focused in a certain technology, and you see that the big vendors like Microsoft, like IBM, and Oracle and Amazon, they're developing the technologies to a point where they're automating things that we used to learn how to do, right, in practice. So if you have the theory, and if you have the experience with different scenarios, and you have different knowledge, then you'll be able to adapt easily.
Okay, thank you. So let's now switch to the hackathon. You're going to be, actually, how did it happen for you to become a judge on the hackathon? And is it your first time or second time?
Yeah. It's the second time. I've been judged before, back when we were there on premise. They've invited me. Actually, one of the girls that's organizing the hackathon is one of my students that I've been teaching the last semester. So they've invited me because the topic is very relevant to what I'm teaching as well, and what we've been doing with the students. I've been a judge before. It's extremely interesting. It's super charging. Like it's very, very, very nice. And I do believe that the organizers of the event really want to keep it very practical, and to have judges and mentors that actually have access a lot to the practical world, and to companies that are related to what the students are doing.
Okay, thank you. And what will you look for in the participants and their products? What will be of leading importance to you?
I will answer in a very vague way, and then I'll specify it's passion. So passion is super important. Even when we're talking about IT and when we're talking about business, it's not pure IT or pure business. And I've often been asking a thinking question to both the technology-oriented people and to business-oriented people. So when you have the balance and when you have the passion in people to develop something, you can have just a business prototype and not the perfect code. Or you can have the perfect code, but then lack the proper business case to sell it. It's the balance and it's the passion that you could see. So if one person really believes in their solution, or one team really believes in their solution, you can feel that. And you can see it in the code, you can see it in the business case, you can see it in the presentation. And then you can top up with their preparation, with the technology they've incorporated, and they would see the future of their solution, right? And if they see the future of their solution, then the companies will also see the future of their solution. The judges will see the future of their solution. And this is important.
Thank you. And actually, this is interesting. Let's say two products from the hackathon are equally good, but you have to choose one between them. Are there any determining factors that will be of most importance for you?
Yeah, we have a very clear set of criterion. So it's not just subjective. Okay, I like this team and this team. No. Okay. We have the criteria, and we're going to evaluate together, all the judges. We're going to evaluate based on this technical criterion, and I mean technical criterion, just like we have the different KPIs that we're going to look for. And at the end of the day, we're going to combine our knowledge as judges and to collectively come up with the winning team, based also on our observations.
Thank you. And one final question: do you think that startups and great ideas from coming from hackathons and universities like AUBG have a great future in Bulgaria, or maybe it's better to start here but take the chance and go abroad?
This is an interesting question. I think COVID proved that it doesn't matter where you are right now. The startup ecosystem in Bulgaria is it's good. It gives young entrepreneurs the opportunity to develop. And if this opportunity is not within Bulgaria, and they cannot find it within Bulgaria, there is nothing wrong to go outside of the country and to expand. I think that there are good opportunities here to work and to develop. There are great opportunities worldwide as well. Like, of course, the market is bigger, but I think that a startup could be successful here, and it could be successful also abroad.
Thank you. I'm asking because I've seen fascinating projects from students from in high school or universities, exactly on hackathons like this. And it seems that not all of these great ideas are getting further development because for some reason, I don't know. But they are really, really great ideas with huge potential.
You know, this is what I meant before. When we were talking about the great ideas and, for example, the great technological prototypes that they've been developing, and the business case. So the business case, if you're doing a proper business case, and if you have the time, because this requires a lot of time to actually do your homework. You're doing this pestel analysis, for example, where you're evaluating the economics, the politics, and the country where you want to actually to work with your business. So these are things that you should, as a participant in the hackathon or as a person that actually wants to develop the idea further, evaluate in the very beginning. So not just shoot around with the technology solution, but then shoot at the right point, because we are a market that's not mature at every level of an idea that might appear. We're not like, for example, the United States, where you have different maturity levels and then different hubs and acceleration points. As you know, we are a smaller market. We have areas where a certain solution from the hackathon might just like explode. It could be a great, but then we also have areas where such a solution should be evaluated whether it could be successful or not. Not all great is that for the great idea to be implemented. It's a lot of work. Great idea is something amazing, but then you need a lot of work, and you need to be prepared to implement.
Yeah, it's not only the idea. It has a lot of business part, huge business part in it, yeah. And not only technology, because that's other thing that in some hackathons, a team of 2 guys are really tech freaks and code and code and code, but yeah, they don't have that business vision to go further with the idea. And the idea is great, but it doesn't get the chance to be successful later, maybe 2 or 3 years after graduation or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
You know, so so sorry for talking too much. It's also the teacher's habit. But a few years ago, when we were doing kind of the entrepreneurship courses in AUBG, they were more business people than technical people. So it was a bit of a different equilibrium. But then we were like, you need technical people. You cannot only do the business idea, and we were trying to find the balance. And then at some point, this rule was said that you need a technical person, you need a business person, you need this variety of talents so that your idea could be successful. And we were actually taught how to at least start, because after that it's the work.
Yeah, I was talking to one of the organizers, Mira, and they said actually exactly that this hackathon it's not necessary for you to be a tech guy to participate, because you're a team of 5 or 6 people. So there's a place for everyone, for every aspect also. Okay, thank you a lot for this interview. It was really nice to meet you, and I wish you great health, great luck, and wishing all the best to the hackathon. And I'm sure it's going to be a great event.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure, and see you there.
Thank you. Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Bye, you too.